Hey there, cats and kitties. I am the Blues Man, Johnny Blues, and with this video, I'll be discussing my thoughts on episode 1 of Log Horizon, the second season. And this was definitely an interesting episode from right out of the gate because of the, to borrow a phrase from Doctor Who, timey-wiminess of this episode. We kind of begin with a flash forward, debuting characters that will, I guess, be coming into the fray as the episodes move onward. And we're dealing with this sort of raid battle where some of these characters are featured. This cat that we see in the PV for the next episode, something Massachusetts, I forget what his name is exactly. We also see a female character already being heralded that very much embodies the sort of Log Horizon equivalent of Tifa Lockhart from Final Fantasy VII. And it's interesting that, but basically what is happening currently is their sort of Halloween gala event, if you will, their sort of pumpkin festival. And it's very interesting seeing the sort of machinations that have unfolded in the time span since the end of the first season. But we see that Shiro is very much still the workaholic that he's been. He's kind of gone back into a reserve, and he's figuring out that per the round table and all the organizations that make up that round table, that they are going to be exhausting their wealth and everything, having to maintain all of these different buildings and such like that in their area to make sure usurpers and people who are from the south, who are basically trying to eavesdrop and manipulate them and everything, as we saw at the end of the last season, to keep them out of power and from being able to learn things about them and such like that. And he basically approaches the round table. We find out that Krusty and some of the other heads have still gone off to follow up on the Goblin King mission that they were on and everything, so they're absent for the most part. And basically Shiro is telling the round table, look, we got to come up with more money. He has, of course, a plan. The demon with the glasses, or villain with the glasses, always has a plan in motion, and this involves going to the north and basically confiding in and trying to make an agreement with the Kuni clan, which we see he does. Basically, now Sugu ends up coming with him, as well as Region. Region is, somebody who has been integral into helping Shiro try to figure out where the gold in this world, this sort of gaming MMORPG kind of world framework, where that all comes from. And they believe that there's a level of monster respawning and reincarnation, that kind of thing, that is an element that plays into it. But they believe, the lines are leading to this Kuni clan as being representative of where they might be able to get some more wealth and this gold and everything. But the meeting kind of stalemates in that the representative from the Kuni clan basically falls back on his haunches and says, you know what, as per an ages-old agreement, we really can't help you out. So Shiro, of course, has an alternative plan whereby he's basically saying, we're going to go around you. We have an idea of this other place, this sort of underground dwelling that was sealed off. We're going to break into it. And the Kuni representative basically leaves saying, you're going to have a group of people help you out with this, because it's effectively going to be a big-time raid battle, that kind of thing. And that's calling back on the flash-forward precursor of the episode. And so it's interesting because, of course, now Sugu, who's gone along with Shiro, basically confides in Region that he wishes Shiro would be more open with his plans. He's very untrusting. And it seems like, as per what we kind of do with the timey-wiminess at the end of the episode, it seems like this may be something that makes Shiro suffer, as well as Akatsuki, who's still very much feeling put upon and frustrated over her having to have a competitorship in her romantic feelings for Shiro with Minori, who's still very much seemingly, a little overly friendly with Shiro and concerned with him and everything like that. And we basically see a whole moment where they got a prize, and Akatsuki thinks she's going to be the one to get the acclaim, bringing it to Shiro, but rather Minori comes over with, something to drink for him and asks how he's doing. And she feels bad for that, so we still have that element going on as well. And it's just very interesting that by the end we see a flash forward once again to Christmas Eve, where Shiro is saying, he failed. He and Akatsuki both failed. They were both killed. And WTF, what does that mean? What does that, hold in store for these characters? And so I can't wait to see where we go from here. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments below what you thought of the episode, the first episode of Series 2 or Season 2 of Log Horizon. And otherwise, hope this video finds you well, and I'll catch you all later. Peace.